We're going to talk about that encounter between Spurs and Liverpool. Let's hear from the managers, Jurgen Klopp. And first, former Liverpool fan, Ange Postecoglou.
Yeah, it's a really tough test. We played, I can't remember an easy game yet, and we played away at Newcastle, for example. It was a tough test as well. The way Chelsea, obviously, really tough. So the away games so far, they were all, for different reasons, really tough, and the home games were not easy. So, but Tottenham's doing really well. So Ante seems to be a top bloke.
Do you know him?
No, not yet. Looking forward to meet him. Pretty sure that everybody knew it already when you saw Celtic playing recent years. What kind of a coach he is, how good he is as a coach, and coming out to Tottenham I think they were all desperate for some offensive football, and he's delivering that, obviously, and that in a year when Harry Kane left the club. He's doing extremely well. They do extremely well. Well set up team. Exciting to watch. That will be a real test for both of us. So I don't think that they said no. They don't think they won the game already, but we don't think we lost it already. So we will give it a try.
Are you surprised at how your new look Liverpool has clicked into gear and players are understanding one another's game, particularly Szoboszlai and McAllister?
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah. Because I don't have time frame for these kind of schedule when I think it should be. But the Premier League is Premier League, and preseason we had a good preseason, we had a long preseason with a lot of players together. That's the main reason that we could work for a long time together. That helped definitely, and then getting results in moments when maybe recently or previous years things would have gone the other way, helped as well to grow together. Individually, the quality of the boys is really good. Potential is outstanding. Attitude good, so means good chance for quality. The group is open for new things. We called it a new start. This is year one for this team. That's I know these are only words, but we live it as well. And so we gave ourselves a chance to create a basis and use it, and not constantly comparing with other teams, even when we were involved in that from recent years when we won things or not. That's not about that. You never win things because you won it before. You, if at all, you win it because you are now good enough. And we don't know how good we are. We don't know how stable it all is, but we all see as well that there are good moments in the games, and that's what we want to increase.
Do you have Trent Alexander-Arnold fit for tomorrow, and are there any other issues elsewhere?
Trent trained yesterday normal, will train today normal, so and then we have to make a decision. He will be in the squad. I'm not a doctor, so I cannot make that decision, but it looks like he can be in the squad tomorrow and play. Stefan had a little setback. It's like the problem with Stefan is I can imagine everyone wants him to play more. I want, but we have to be really careful. And now it's a little tiny calf issue. That's how it is when you're 6 months out, and we try everything to get him up to speed without pushing him in. We train him, we make a very specific plan for him. But in the end, it's disappointing for him, of course, but for us as well, that he got another one. So we have to take him out a little bit. He can work on pretty much everything else, but not now, not playing. So that's it, I would say. Thiago still out. Connor still out. Yeah, I think that's it.
Just any views on the investments into the club via a minority stake being sold by FSG? Not money for transfers for you, though. Are you happy with the way it's being invested?
Is it already invested?
Well, in terms of where the money is.
Yeah, absolutely. That's how it is. I can understand people. Money in football is all about spending. I get that. I'm part of it as well. In moments, I want to spend money as well. But in this moment in time, we should not forget we built in the recent years. We are now building a new stand, which will improve. I'm not sure how that will happen, but improve the best atmosphere in the world anyway. So then we built another stand, the main stand. We built a training ground. We bought the Melwood bag. Did a lot of stuff which keeps that club in a healthy state for a long, long time. And so if somebody comes in and helps us to do so, then it's absolutely great. And it's not that we need a budget now for 200 million that we can spend for the team, but the better place we are in, the more we can spend anyway. So we are in a year where we don't play Champions League, which we all know is a massive financial blow for a football club, but invested anyway, improved the team anyway in the summer, which is difficult but possible. And so, yeah, it's good news. It's just good news, and it was money which will be well used, let me say it like that.
Harvith?
Yeah, I want to ask a bit more about Dominic Szoboszlai. He's obviously impressed fans so much so early on, but just how impressed have you been with him, and what kind of impact has he made as well in the dressing room and in the training ground every day?
Yeah, I'm impressed as well. That's clear. I didn't know him. Knew him as a footballer, but not as a person before. And the boy is impressive. Is really smart. Is really nice. As well, a really good lad. Is close with everybody. Was very close. You have these people coming into a room and then clicking with everybody. He has that. So probably the charisma, however we want to call that. And yeah, was in the team in an instant. That's clear, and was so happy to come here. It was really nice to see. It was really nice to see how much it meant to him, and yeah, that's it. And if you are in if that's the mood you are in yourself, then obviously it's a good situation to play your best football. That's what he pretty much did from the beginning. He's a natural fit boy. He's endurance talent. Knows that really quick, and all the rest. We learn step by step about each other. So he never played the position he's playing for us now in that way. He even played for us on 6-6, which is definitely never played. And yeah, we learn together where it can go. That's it. It's like it is with the other boys, but it's a real joy to work with. That's clear.
So from last week, Brandon will miss out. He's something too serious, but he won't be right for this week. Matters and Sonny trained today. They just finished the session and seemed to get through it not too bad, but we'll just have to see how they pull up because, fair to say they're still a bit sore after last week and have a disrupted week training. So just a matter of seeing how they pull up now.
I mean, both have been incredible, haven't they, to start the season? Yeah,
they've been good. Yeah, no, they've been very good. And, they've really sort of both on and off the field, along with Romero, have driven the lads to try and maintain a level of performance, every week.
A lot of people on the outside said, we'll see where Spurs are after the North London derby. It could be a hide in the way they go and play. And then that result, and I saw some of the players leaving, they actually wanted to get 3 points in the end. It says a lot about this young group. How proud are you of them at such an early stage?
Yeah, look, from that perspective, absolutely. I think I said after the game, that's all player-driven. It's got nothing to do with me. They're the ones that are sort of embracing what we're doing, and they were. It wasn't euphoric in the dressing rooms by any stretch. It was we knew it was going to be a tough game, and Arsenal have already shown they're going to be a force this year, and they played well last week and had their moments in the game, but we felt like we more than held our own, and the lads were disappointed we couldn't finish it off. So it's a good indicator that. Where they're at and what where their ambitions lie, and it's up to me and sort of the other coaches to keep sort of providing that platform and environment for them to keep pushing on and seeing what levels they can reach.
It's a packed room, so I'll be really quick. But Son, you must be so proud. You made him club captain, but he's such a great ambassador for this football club as well. Going forward, do you just see him essential to anything you do?
Yeah, but fair to Sonny, I think he always has been for this football club. He hasn't needed sort of the armband to show the love he has for the football club, to have the respect of his peers, both within this club and outside, Tottenham. But obviously, he feels a real responsibility, particularly with Harry gone and obviously Hugo not being involved as much now. That he's the senior, he's the elder statesman, and he wants both with his performances and his behaviours to try and help this young group of players, as you said, because it wasn't long ago he was the young one and he got the guidance and the kind of protection needed for any young player coming into a big football club. So, he's been great, and I think there's more to come from him.
I'll be very quick. I know you take a lot from other sports. Have you enjoyed the start of the Ryder Cup?
Yeah, had it on in the background. Obviously, I don't have a vested interest with Australia, and fair to say Greece is not a bastion of elite golf either. We do all right in the tennis. But yeah, obviously, quite a few of the lads in there are all over it. So we've had it in the background, and if I had to lean one way, I'd be with a European. So I'm happy.
Thanks, Ange.
Alex.
Hi, Ange.
Hey.
So Liverpool tomorrow. They're currently on the longest unbeaten run of all the sides in Europe's major leagues. How highly do you rate them and their manager?
Yeah, look, very highly. Obviously, they've been a very good football team, for a while now, and obviously they fell off the pace a little bit last year, but the elements of who they are as a football team have always been there, and it's a great test for us tomorrow because they kind of bring something different to probably any other team in the league in the way they play and the manner in which they go about things, and it'll be a really good test for us of again trying to impose our football on a team that as I said, fairly unique in the way they play the game. And Jurgen's he's an outstanding manager. He's one of these managers, I think, that fair to say that has made an impact on the competition, not just his club. Because when he came in with the way Liverpool went about things, I think he challenged quite a few of the conventions about the Premier League and sort of introduced a new style of play that others have followed now. So, he's an outstanding manager. And as I said, it's a great test for us where we are at the moment in terms of our development.
I know you were a Liverpool fan growing up. You've ripped the posters down now, you said. But born in Greece and growing up in Melbourne, why Liverpool? Why did you choose Liverpool?
Well, it was the 70s, so, you kind of went one or two ways. Seemed that they only used to show Liverpool or Man U at the time. So, a couple of my best mates went for Man U, so I went the other way so that we could keep it interesting. And, look, I like any kid, I had the posters up on my wall and, Liverpool was my team. And, but, you grow up and things change. I used to love Happy Days back there too, but, I don't have posters of Fonzie on my wall either. So, it's just the way life is.
Just finally, quite a few of the players here have recently described you as a dad to them. Do you like them describing you as a dad?
I don't know what that means. It's probably a reference to the way that I dress or the way I conduct myself. I don't know what that means. Look, I think we, in our role, we provide sort of, support in any way we can for the players. They're the most important people. And some of that is guidance. I am older. I've had more life experience and, whatever I can pass on about the mistakes I've made and the things I've learned in life, apart from football, then you try and do that. And ultimately it's about guiding them, to try and sort of be the best they can be. And, I don't know what sort of, point of reference they refer to, but if it's, me sort of being a little bit of a guide to them in all aspects of life, then I try and do that. Like I said, I have the benefit of experience, and that the mistakes I've made, as I said, and all the things I've learned, I guess it's upon every generation to pass them on to the next one, and hopefully they make everything a better place.
All right, that is the headline game of the week. And you were telling us you were in that press conference today. What are your thoughts on Postecoglou? He's quite delivers a funny line sometimes with the straight face, but everyone seems to be so charmed by him.
Absolutely, because he is so charming. Very dry, very droll, but he calls things as he sees them. He's got a very direct way of communicating, which I would imagine in a dressing room for players works particularly well. And he doesn't get carried away with the noise from outside. He is somebody who keeps his feet very much on the floor. I think what he's done with Spurs so far this season's been outstanding. Harry Kane gone, triple golden boot winner. Everybody said they would fall apart without him. And yet they are the joint third highest scorers in the Premier League at the moment with 16 goals. Why? Because they've got players, he's got players to step up, take control, take responsibility. And that's why, even though they've only won one of their last 21 games against Liverpool, I think they've got a real chance tomorrow of upsetting the odds.
I think also a first point at Arsenal in 4 games wasn't a victory, but they had to come back twice. And it is a first point in such a long time. It shows, I think, the progress.
It definitely does. But what I liked and what I enjoyed watching was the manner in which they did it. They weren't bothered each time they went behind. It was more about, let's just continue doing what we know how to do, how to play. We're playing really well. They set up really, really well. The organisation was just perfect between them. James Maddison, for me, in this game, had an absolute blinder. And this is the kind of thing that Spurs have got him in for, to be that difference, you know. And when he's in the middle of the pitch, pulling the strings, and he's got Son on one side of him, he's got Richarlison, Kulusevski, and all these other creative players around him, it gives him the freedom to express himself in the best way possible.
You're a finisher, right? You look at that finish from Son.
Yeah.
Early in the season, I actually thought maybe he's not quite there. Defensively, they were better than they have been in recent seasons. You think
they are now far better organised than they were last season.
What do you put that down to?
Ange. You look at what he did while he was at Celtic. You look at how organised he made his teams. He made them really difficult to beat, but they dominated possession. So every time Spurs get on the ball now, they have 2 centre-halves, they have 2 centre midfield players just in behind them. A little bit similar to what Brighton do, but they just want to be in control, in possession of the ball constantly. They've always got a triangle, always got 3 passes at least to try and find a player that's in space. They move the ball quickly. And what I really like about Ange Postecoglou's style of play is he's aggressive. Yeah. Everything is on the front foot. They want to create as many chances as possible and get as many shots off as possible as well. And that's been one of the biggest positives.
There is a significance about that as well. You mentioned Celtic. 50 games with Celtic and Spurs combined at home that he's undefeated. He prioritises making his home stadium a fortress. And that, I would imagine, is why he's been so successful across his career. And he was talking about the attacking philosophy that he has. And it was because he played under the legendary Puskás when he was a younger player. And Puskás liked his fullbacks to bomb forward. He liked his wingers to stay high. And that's what I think we could see tomorrow. There's a real fearlessness about Tottenham teams now under Postecoglou. And even though Liverpool have Salah and they have Diaz and they have Alexander-Arnold and Nunes, but they're also, I'm talking about the wide areas with Robertson as well, all of whom are going to bomb forward at various points. I think he'll say, let them worry about us.
You're mentioning Nunes. He has 3 goals in 6 league games. He's a third of the way to what he was last season already. What's different about him this time?
His focus. He's so much more focused. He's far more comfortable and relaxed within his surroundings. Like Anfield is an intimidating place to go to. And Nunes has had a couple of conversations with Marcelo Bielsa, the Uruguay manager, who has also got him to really focus and knuckle down on being clinical in those areas. And, you know, Marcelo Bielsa worked absolute miracles with Leeds United to get them out of the Premier League, into the Premier League, and turn them into a fearless side. He's given Darwin Núñez the exact same fearlessness that he lacked last season.
You played at Ellen Road. That's a fearsome place to play, right?
It is.
So how do you, in the summer, go away and say to yourself, it's been a tough old season, I missed a lot of chances, what do I do differently next season? What do you do during the summer to get your head straight after a season like the one he's had?
Practice. There's no secret remedy to it. It's practice. So you have a couple of weeks off as soon as the season's finished. Then you start getting back into it slowly but surely. You start off by doing the fun things, putting the ball in the back of the net from the penalty spot, and then you go a little bit further out, edge of the 18-yard box. You just get into good habits, right? And then once you've been able to get yourself into those areas, you've got that momentum, the confidence of the ball coming at you from different angles, you're able to put it away with no goalkeeper in, then you put a goalkeeper. It's all steps on the ladder. So once you're able to do that, then it's about the fitness levels. And once you've built the fitness levels, you already know the technical abilities there.
Yeah.
So that's how you put everything else away and you focus on.
I have to tell you, Jules, last season, he was banging on to me for ages.
Yeah.
He's going to score goals next season. You watch. So he's being a bit modest here.
Claim
but he
it.
did say.
I mean, like, Daz said it, not me.
Yeah. He's also part of a very scary looking front three / front five with options on the bench on fire at the moment. Obviously led by Mo Salah, who is consistently excellent and could join David Beckham and Erling Haaland as a player to have goal involvements in the first 7 matches of a Premier League season. Let's talk about that options on the bench and that interchangeable front line.
Well, it's the reason why I think that they are genuine challengers to Manchester City this season. I think it could be a repeat of 2019 and 2020 when they ran them close and then went on to win the league outright. Because of that front line, if you take any single player out of that front line, they can still score goals. Diaz is getting his feet under the table. Gakpo's hit the ground running. Nunes, we've talked about, already scoring goals. Jota knows where the goal is too. And then you've got Salah, who makes goals, who takes goals, who draws defenders out of position to allow other players to pour into the spaces. I think as far as Liverpool are concerned as well, you look at that run that they've had at the start of this season. Normally they start quite slowly. Last season, 2 wins in their opening 7 games. But this season, I think what's different is that firepower you're talking about. I don't think they come back and win the game against Newcastle if they haven't got that firepower after having a man sent off. But now I think they've got the personnel to shoot themselves out of trouble given any particular situation they find themselves in. And that's why I think they will be the closest pursuers to City this season.
Now, I know you guys don't like this question about predictions, but Tottenham's record at Liverpool, against Liverpool, hasn't been great. No wins, I think, in 15. Is Ange Ball going to be the one to end that record? Are they going to get a win at Anfield at last?
Quite possibly.
We need a prediction. So we get off the fence.
Oh, geez.
Get in.
I'm going to say it's going to be an incredible game for the neutral, and I'm going to go 17-all. No, I'm joking.
Very comfortable on the fence there, then. What do you think?
No, I think it'll be a score draw. It'll be a tight game, obviously. Both teams are absolutely fantastic. They've had a great start to the season. Offensively, they're both going to score goals. That's a non-starter. But it's defensively that you could ask the questions. So I don't think either team will keep a clean sheet, but I think both sides will score. I'm going to go 2-2.
Yeah, I think Liverpool have scored in all their games so far this season. Spurs have scored at least 2 goals in each of their 6 games so far this season. I think it will be 2-2 because I think they go all the way. This is a very different Tottenham team to the one I've watched for many years. You've seen Tottenham play for many years. They've always been a little bit flaky. There have been times when they've maybe got it together under Mauricio Pochettino and Harry Redknapp, but by and large they've been quite flaky. Under Postecoglou, the mentality is different. They go all the way to the line. You think about the Sheffield United game when they scored twice in the dying minutes of the match. I think it will be 2-2.
So firmly on the fence then, both of you saying the draw, but they're promising us goals. That's all we really care about for now.